All right. So, okay. So I'm gonna jump right in this Stardom download pack. That's good. I like it. It's look the great outfits, new moves. No, not a lot of new moves, but there's about three moves in there. I think that some of my wrestlers desperately needed. But there's a problem. It's lacking a lot of moves. And it's not just the download content, it's Fire Pro Wrestling World. It's a great customizable game. I know what I would have done by now, and that is for the ground game, it wouldn't be medium and big, it would be small, medium, and big. I would have made it, well rounded. But when you got limited moves, you only need a limited amount of space. There are too many moves in pro wrestling for them to have not added them to this game. And I'm not talking about overly complicated moves like the springboard ace crusher or anything like that. Or the swan dive 450, which would be good, or the Asai moonsault. A lot of things, but no, I'm talking about simple things. Now, granted, because Stardom is so close knit, so tight, so hard to find, and I ain't paying $50 to watch it. Not happening. Honestly, I wouldn't even pay $9.99 to watch it. And I love Joshi Pro Wrestling. It kills me. The reason I wouldn't pay that much is because, honestly, don't have that kind of money. And I don't want to risk paying for something like that when most likely the internet might crap out here and there. Oh, if you ever watch Ring of Honor, you know what I'm talking about. So while it has all these new outfits, new hairstyles, hold up, better lipstick for the females. I'm tired of the butter cutters. Oh man. Now the butter cutters, that's just slang for really thin upper lips. These girls don't have that usually. So what they usually have a little small set of lips or a large set of lips. And they finally got the lipstick to match such a thing. I'm happy about that. I don't like when things are pigeonholed into one thing. All right? I don't like that. Now, the relative new outfits are going to help everyone boost their wrestler or edit creative game like nothing else. It's just think about all the stuff you've seen and the creativity that people have done with what limited styles that there are in the game already. Now, add what these girls bring to the game, due to their outfits, and they are some serious intricate outfits. It's going to be mind-boggling with what the people I know are going to do with the game. So, I kind of can't wait to see. I just hope they don't. Now, what's going to happen is, my assumption, because it's happened with every download content, everyone goes back and changes a lot of their old edits or wrestlers and then start putting all these new moves with it, and they sort of just spam the same kind of moves, which is practically what these girls have done. No, I say with the girls, but what the developers have done with the game. What they've done is, when you watch their matches, while it's good that a lot of them have varying, holds and techniques, they didn't do the logic well, so you see them spam these forearm shots, which I'm sure they do a little bit in Stardom, as they've done in every other Joshi promotion I've seen. It's just too much in this. It's, these were the test matches, not the event that I did, my Girls of Deadly Wrestling Alliance versus Stardom. Basically all factions or singles wrestlers. So all the Stardom will be in there. You can check that out. I put that in CR Fire Pro. It's a little special event I did. Couldn't sleep due to my illness. Could not sleep. So I just did this just on the fly, did the intro on the fly, put it all together in one big file and wanted to share Filmora, saved it and went to sleep, woke up and uploaded it. Now, what's this thing missing? All right, because I'm 5 minutes or something in, you're probably sick and tired of my voice as it is. It's missing simplistic moves. For example, holding the arm out on the mat and putting a knee to it, or standing up and stomping on it. That is a common thing. Or grabbing the wrist while the opponent is down on the mat and slamming the arm onto the mat. A body press, a standing body press onto an outstretched arm. And the same all goes for the leg. An elbow drop to the forearm. Just as much as an elbow drop to the calf or the thigh or whatnot. Those things are needed. Varying kimura style holds are needed, especially the basics. And especially while the opponent is flat on their belly, the bridging hammer lock, that's also that. I mean, it's simple to do. They've got the double chicken wing bridge, the bridging double chicken wing. They could have easily done that. There are lots of other striking combos that they could have done. There's the back and forth, with their contest. Honestly, when you think about how this goes, they could have easily done that with boot kicks or forearms. They could have added the dynamic of when you hit them and you run off the ropes and hit them again and they exchange back and forth. That right there would make a good pop. That would be good. And combo clinchers, they need to add a lot more. A lot of combo clinchers, the capo kick is one of them, or the vertical rolling heel kick or rolling axe kick, whichever you want to call it. That could easily be in there. The overhead elbow, which is a regular move in this, but it could also be a combo clincher. Combo clinchers could definitely be expanded upon. It doesn't have to be the rolling moves and things like that at all points. And a lot of times when you watch pro wrestling, combo clinchers usually end with a quick hold or something. I mean, a jumping knee, a headbutt to the clavicle area that always looks devastating and drops the opponent. Things like that could definitely be added to the game. And these are very simple things. They're varying ankle holds. I would love if they would add more moves from Tatsumi Fujinami. Or Fujinami Tatsumi, whichever you wish to go in order of name of respect and or region. The overhead dragon screw leg whip. If they had that, it would be amazing. And it shouldn't be that hard to put in this game. It really shouldn't. And there are lots of other submission holds that they could use for they've got a lot. And that's great. They could add more and kind of fix up some things. I've noticed that some moves have slightly different animations. And that's great. I would like if they add the Chimera Plex. Samoa Joe basically made that one famous. The German suplex transitioned into a tiger suplex, transitioned into the dragon suplex. That's why it's called the Chimera Plex. Lots and lots of, and they could definitely use different pinning predicaments. I would love to see if they could grab both legs and roll back with it. That would be great. I like that. Or the over-rotated schoolboy that Juice Robinson uses. There's a lot of pinning holds. The reason these things are needed is to keep your game viable and keep it various for everybody, so that people can actually make wrestlers that really stand apart. The entertainment values and stuff are fun. The fantasy style stuff in there is fun to an extent, but I personally it's not my thing, the fantasy stuff. I'm just not a fan of that too much. I can watch those matches, but when I make up mine, not necessarily there. And I really wish that they would add, honestly, for those type that love fantasy wrestling, add more weird, zany stuff. I wish they would correct the tornado kick. That needs to be corrected because it doesn't look that well at all. The download content, $19.95, basically it's $21.95. That's a lot to not get that much. I mean, it's kind of like what you do at restaurants here in the United States. You get tired of paying a lot of money for not much food. The food amount dwindles into smaller and smaller proportions while the money keeps going up. And I mean, I could get into that deeply, but this is about DLC, download content. And also, just while I'm at it, please check out those things that you see on the screen. You know, Bad News Wrestling, HTW, you know, TWP, and anything else, and especially Aspiration. Check that out, okay? You know, the tinyurl.com/CR banking. There, right there on the screen, right there. Check that out. You know, type that in, go there. You will not be disappointed. Read it and just do your research if you got to, but it's worthwhile. I promise you that. I promise you. I'm happy. I'm satisfied with them. They have not caused me any financial issues at all. Now, what else is needed with this? Everything. Now, I think a lot of you might agree with this, but for the shin, the lower leg area, the calf, they need more designs for to match the thigh area, like line A, B, C, and stuff like that. They all need to match, and it needs to go up. There's no problem. You know, it's easy to put those designs in there. Using Kushidas, trying to round it out, is kind of annoying, but it's all I really got. I'm glad there are more leg guard options. I wish they would add longer hair or add some more hair to this. You know, for the girls, I had to use Tanahashi for a little bit. Now I can use theirs, but yeah, theirs seemed like a little over the top. But you know what? I'm still happy with the content. I wish they would have added a lot more. A whole lot more. I wish they would have added the rapid stomps to the knee. I wish they would have added elbow drops, better elbow drops to the chest, not necessarily the head, because it's very rare you see someone elbow drop somebody right on the head in pro wrestling. You know, I wish they would have added the rolling knee drop. That would definitely help a lot of people's wrestlers, especially those Ric Flair fans out there. That used to be something he did quite often until obviously things, you know, he got older and stuff and he didn't bend so well in the middle. So, you know, but that knee drop and tuck and roll all at the same time, I wish they put that in there. I wish they put his style of going into the figure four. There was so many things that could be done. There are 3 versions of the Scorpion Deathlock, but they've only used one. You know, I wish they put the cravat and then other variations of what you can do with the cravat, like knee strikes. Come on, knee strikes, or controlling them in the ring, or the cravat into a throw. They've got the throw from the corner, but that's not necessarily the same as when you see the heel wrestler grab him from the back of the head and then roll him out a little bit towards the middle. There are things that they could add in this game that's extremely simple. And although it might be a pain to reorganize your edits and your wrestlers, there's still nothing wrong with adding a small section to the ground game. So there can be something that you do with the opening parts of the match, and then things at the middle, and then the end. You know? And quite honestly, I think if you're going to be critical, the critical areas, they should make those definitely pack more power. But, you know, they keep changing the algorithm and things just keep alternating. So it's kind of hard to get a grasp on what wrestler's going to do what and what triggers what. You know, I'm not a data miner or anything. And although there are lots of tutorials and things out there, they also kind of conflict with each other until it turns tribalism. And then they'll tell you only go with this one, and that turns into another hoopla. Therefore, I stay away from a lot of tutorials, and I base it basically on percentage. What is the odds of this happening? Because that's what the game is based on. What are the odds of it happening? And when it comes to this Stardom wrestlers, they messed up on that. They dropped the ball on that. They did them well enough. And for anyone out there that just so happens to think that those top tier moves Like Warrior and Reborn are, cheats and not good. They're using them for the Stardom, and they've used them for the New Japan and the juniors. So I'm just saying, it's not making them overpowered. It just makes them, it's more personality based in how they act in the ring. I think they might have everything covered in that section. But however, I just wish they would have added a lot more things. Far more headbutt style things. Better leg kicks. More variants of the double foot stomp. A better chain combination like the space rolling elbow. You can't even properly do the face crusher afterwards. That is a Keiji Muto classic right there. Space rolling elbow, grab, one-handed face crusher. I wish they had the kneeling one-handed face crusher by Kensuke Sasaki. I wish they had the Ricky Lariat, that hard-hitting Choshu style lariat that makes you roll across the ring. The best one that took that move was Kurt Hennig. He's the one that did that the best. When selling the move and stuff. There's so much that can be done, and charging that amount of money for not much content. I mean, granted, I like the game so much, and we got paid that same day, therefore it was doable. But it's going to get to the point people are going to stop paying that much and say, well, we'll pay for it after you add this other stuff with it, after you done some updates and things. That eventually is what's going to happen, especially when you got new games coming out that's going to try to rival this game. You need to step up your game and don't sit there and rest on your laurels thinking you can just keep doing the same stuff over and over. Add these little techniques. Add them. The headlock, the side headlock on the ground. That's great. It doesn't have to be, the bridging rear headlock or chin lock. No. Also, they got the swinging sleeper. That's amazing. Do that for the full Nelson. That would help a lot. That would really help a lot. Okay. I've been ranting almost 20 minutes. But please, let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you check out the video, it's CR Fire Pro and Stardom. It's a clash, good event. I have fun watching it. A few surprises. And we can see right there, it's Mala just messing up. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get out of here, and here we go. Critical. When I do that, it's a knockout, right? Possible injury. She might have had her jaw broken. Who knows? I don't know. But not canon. They're not part of CR Fire Pro. I just thought I'd do a special event. So I'm gonna get out of here. So this has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning, CR Wrestling Commentary, CR Fire Pro, CR Fire Pro Road, and a few things coming down the pipe, and usual co-host of Humble Talent Wrestling. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Oh, wow. Another game I'm playing. I think I got something in the mail there. I'm going to turn in some crops or something. It's called Townsville. Pretty good, fun game. So, with that being said, talk to you later. Please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And please check out tinyurl.com/crbanking. Bye-bye.